Alright, welcome back to another video. Shrek Forever After is a hidden gem among the Shrek franchise. It's one of three great films, and the other one, less said about it, is better. It isn't as popular as the first two, but it isn't as hated as the third film. It's just there. The fourth film has gone under the radar for far too long, and personally it is a great film, but today I'm going to be not reviewing I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be taking a crack at doing an analysis of Shrek's story in this film, going from an unpopular decision to probably one of the most beautiful endings in cinematic history. Yes, you heard me. I love the ending, but I'll touch on that later. So let's go on to probably one of the most misunderstood elements in the film, Shrek's decision to give up his family and his life. I think this gets way too much hate because I don't think people completely understand why this happened. Shrek never wanted to give up his family or his friends. He even says it himself. I can't just pick up and leave my family. Okay, so FYI, there are going to be a lot of Shrek impressions through this video, so please hold on. So his family was always on his mind. After he is reassured that he will be returned right back to the moment that he left, he goes through "this can't be that bad" and he signs the document. And now onto the more important part of why did he sign it? Well, I think we've all had a moment where we have something we wished for a long time to just turn around and wish for the good old days when we were a lot worse off, when we wish we could go back to the days that we were a bit sad or wishing for more. And Shrek is going through that same thing, and I know I have gone through that same feeling once or twice in my life. Shrek even says it himself, because I didn't know what I had till it was gone. Because he took all his family for granted. He never wanted to leave them, but ultimately he did, and he had to pay the consequences. He feels overwhelmed in his environment and has someone who avoids people at parties and likes a bit of alone time. I get it. He was getting overwhelmed with his life, having 3 kids. Jeez, I can't imagine what that's like. And Shrek is dealing with the new life that he is given, and ultimately I think by the end of the movie he's ultimately really grateful, but at the moment he's really frustrated that he has to go through the same moment again and again with changing nappies, getting his moments interrupted, not being as feared as he used to. He wishes for the good old days where things were a lot more easier, where he feels like things were a lot more easier, not realizing how much sadness he had in his life. But as soon as he realizes something is off, he goes and tries and fixes it, including getting his friendship with Donkey back, which is the next thing I want to touch on. With Donkey not knowing who Shrek is, it's a fun play on their dynamics between the characters, where Shrek is the one trying to get Donkey to be his friend and Donkey is the one trying to ignore him and run away. But after he realizes even Donkey doesn't remember him, someone that he could always rely on, someone that was there with him from the start, he lets out one single tear, which is an important moment for Shrek because never before has he cried in these movies. He might have come close many times in the all is lost moment, or just in where he's kicked in a place that I'd rather not mention here. But this is where Shrek has lost everything, and because we have never seen him cry before, it makes it all that more impactful. But after seeing an ogre cry, Donkey decides to help Shrek, and I like that Shrek is showing vulnerability, and that's the tipping point for Donkey to try and help Shrek and join him on his journey. When Shrek meets Fiona is another great comparison to the first film, where Shrek is the one who believes in true love, and Fiona is the realist among them. Since Shrek knows that he and Fiona belong together, and that he already wooed her and got her to fall in love with him, he's going at what he thinks that she would like and what I think maybe the old Fiona would like love, flowers, the equivalent to ogres in this universe's box of chocolate. But after all that, he rejects him after he's catering to his interests, what she would have liked into the old franchise before she was completely turned off from ever believing that true love is a thing. Because Fiona has hardened by heartbreak and disappointment time and time again, when it got to a point where she had to save herself from the tower and dragon, which has slowly shown herself in her ogre form more and more, which yet again, I love the comparisons this movie makes to the first film where Fiona was hiding her ogre side, and in this film she's hiding her human side, is after Shrek starts taking an interest in Fiona's interest, the cause, she starts falling in love with him. We get this great scene where the two are training in a fight together, and it's like one of the best scenes where they're going back and forth. Shrek is taking a lot of punches, Fiona is having the time of her life, but then she pushes that away because she feels she can't ever find true love. After seeing that, Puss sees that Shrek has brought out a different side of Fiona that he has not seen, and something that he feels like Fiona never was capable of, so he encourages Shrek to go after after her, which leads to a conflict between the characters where Shrek tries to convince Fiona once and for all that he is her true love. After that, Shrek is the one that got the ogres captured and taken to Rumpelstiltskin, which leads to a very big conflict between them, and to shut him up, Fiona just kisses him in a moment where we believe everything should return to normal. But because Fiona is not in love with him, true love's kiss doesn't work, so everything stays the same as it is. And Shrek is shocked by this, and we get this really great line, "I'm your true love, Fiona." Fiona then says, "Then where were you when I needed you?" It hits him hard because he wasn't there for her. He decided to leave her. He decided to live a fairy tale life that he believed he deserved after a long time of dealing with babies. And it gets to a point where Shrek believes that he can only turn himself in and try and right the wrongs that he's made in this universe by setting all the ogres free. But Rumpelstiltskin doesn't play by those rules. He found a loophole in it and decided to keep Fiona because she is not full ogre. So the final fight comes along. Since Shrek gave up his life, the ogres feel like they owe him, and to save Fiona and him, they invade. But because this is not a part of the character arc, I'm gonna cut this full thing out. So sorry, final fight with witches and Rumpelstiltskin's funny wigs, you aren't in this video. But the final moments of the movie are great. Shrek is disappearing from reality and delivers 1 out of 2 really corny lines, and yet it is such great. Shrek says, "You know what the best part of today was? I got the chance to fall in love with you all over again." But Fiona kisses him before he disappears. For a good clue that this world is gonna change, Fiona stays in ogre form despite the sun came up, which shows us that the kiss did work. Whether the universe was gonna stay the same way that it is already, we didn't know at that point. But it's such a great moment where we see Fiona find that she found her true love, and then the universe starts getting swept up and starts getting rebuilt back into the same way as it was. Rumpelstiltskin completely shocked by this, but after all that, Shrek returns to his life and he realizes that all the good things in his life he owes to Fiona and the friends that he's made. And it sums up in the most corny line, but somehow it's the line that almost got me to cry. "I always thought it was me who saved you from the dragon, but it was you who saved me." Oh my gosh, I love this movie. I can't believe that people don't like this as much as it is. I used to hate this movie because I found it so weird, but now I'm much older, I appreciate what it did to the Shrek franchise, and I owe it all to the people who made this film. They did such an amazing job, and it's one of my favorite Shrek films. Not as good as Shrek 2, but it's way better than Shrek 1. I doubt this video will be good because this is my first time doing a character analysis. If you have any ways to help me improve what I could have done better, please comment down below. But I want to thank you all for making it this far. If you did make it this far, please, I urge you to go check out any other videos on my channel. If you want to see me do a Shrek Forever After review, we're going to try and get this video to 10 likes. But my corny line of the video is, this is Movie Nerd signing off. Cookie was too pure for this world. His moves, whoa, he is top tier Shrek character.